What is earnest money? Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sharon. I'm a real estate agent in Miami, Florida. If this is your first time here, consider subscribing by clicking that button right there and even the little bell icon for notifications. If you're starting the home buying process, you should know that the earnest money is a deposit made to a seller and that the earnest money represents a buyer's good faith to buy a home. Also known as a deposit on a home, due diligence money, an escrow deposit, or a good faith money. Now let's go to the when, how, who, why. Oh, what? When this money is due and how and to whom? Calm down. When you make an offer on a home, the offer or contract states how much earnest money you will put down. Once the offer is accepted, that earnest money is paid by a personal check, certified or cashier check, or through wire transfer. And don't worry, it won't be deposited directly to a seller but held in an escrow account, usually with a title company or escrow company. Why? Plain and simple. Your earnest money demonstrates to sellers that you're serious about buying their home. If you're a buyer, the money gives you extra time to get financing and conduct the title search, property appraisal, and inspections before closing. If you're a seller, this money helps protect you if the contract falls through under circumstances not covered by a contingency or a condition that must be met for the sale to continue. If the buyer pulls out, the seller could use the earnest money to market the property again or to cover mortgage and utility payments. Wait, am I going to lose my money? Am I get this money back? How that works? Yes. However, your chances of an earnest money refund are best if you withdraw from a contract based on a contingency. And some of these types of contingencies are: number one, home inspection contingency. The inspection reveals serious structural or repair issues and the buyer is still under the inspection period. Yes. Number two, financing contingency. Your mortgage financing falls through? Yes. Number three, appraisal contingency. The home does not appraise for the purchase price. Your lender cannot give you more than the home is worth, right? Buyer and seller don't reach an agreement about the numbers in that appraisal report? Yes. Number four, title contingency. A title search reveals problems with the property's title? Yes. Number five, existing home sale contingency. If you're trying to sell your home, for example, your current home, while buying your new home, you may negotiate to have the purchase contingent on the sale of your prior home so that you don't have to make two mortgage payments. Of course, there are other reasons, but yeah. And Sharon, how much earnest money is enough? The typical earnest money deposit varies. There is no rule or law. In certain markets, there is a fixed amount that is standard regardless of the purchase price. Let's say $5,000, for example. And there are other markets where the earnest money will be tied to a percentage between 1% to 4%, for example, or even less than 1% of a home's purchase price. If the demand on the market is high, the seller may ask for a higher deposit. A good point to keep in mind is that the earnest money deposit could also give home buyers an edge in a competitive housing market. If you're stuck in a bidding war, a large earnest money deposit could differentiate you from other buyers. At the closing time, the earnest money deposit is often credited toward the buyer's closing cost or down payment. How can you avoid mistakes with your money? That's a great question. First, work with an experienced and a professional real estate agent. Yes. If you do that, the rest that I'm going to tell you will be just kind of, reminders. Make sure contingencies for financing and inspections are included in the contract. Read, understand, and abide by the terms of the contract. Stay on track with your closing responsibilities and deadlines in the contract. And make sure the deposit is handled appropriately by a trusted third party. Sometimes there will be an issue that delays the date for closing, and your real estate agent can really help you here. If it looks like it may take longer than you originally thought, you may be able to renegotiate the date to keep things moving smoothly by completing an extension addendum and save that earnest money deposit. So yes, the earnest money is more about your good faith in being serious about your purchase offer to the seller. There's no need for you to lose your money if you fully understand the contract and if your professional real estate agent clarifies your questions and advises you about the deadlines and contingencies. If you found this video helpful, let me know by hitting that like button, subscribing to my channel, and sharing this video with your friends. See you next Thursday. Bye-bye.